call the Finance Committee meeting of September 26, 22 to order. In attendance, we have Cheryl Zarella-Burke, Todd Dargy, John Smalling on the line, and Michael Bennett is away, and myself, Tom Connolly. First on the agenda is acceptance of minutes. I'm going to ask you guys forbearance because we don't have a secretary yet, and I'm halfway through the minutes of the last meeting. So we will vote on 2 acceptances next time, and I'll get them out to you both. So that's my promise to you. We have second on the agenda a reserve fund transfer in the amount of $10,000 to be transferred to Treasurer Collector Office training. Training in the Treasurer Collector's Office for all positions as needed. The summary is that this training money is required because of the resignation of our Treasurer Collector in April after budgets were set. The Administrative Assistant took a position with our Highway Department in May, and our Assistant Treasurer resigned in August. Having a great year in Treasury. The Assistant Collector was elected as Treasurer Collector, and now without an Assistant Treasurer needs guidance on Treasurer duties. All other positions will have brand new employees in them. We have definitely a training need there. So first, congratulations.
Thank you.
And could I ask for a vote to approve this reserve fund transfer as stated?
Motion.
Second?
Second.
Okay, roll call vote. John?
Yes.
Cheryl?
Yes.
Todd?
Yes.
And myself is a yes. Okay, so that carries. Thank you. Put John on the spot on purpose. See if we can hit that mute button quickly. Let's see.
I think that was just backup.
Okay, that's just back up. Okay, so I thought we had 2 reserve fund, 2 RFTs tonight.
No,
Just
there
one?
was only the one, yes.
Okay.
I will let you know that there will probably be others as we go because of the training for some of our new positions, but also because of payroll and,
Come in. That's right.
I don't, because we have a shortage in some areas. We have other people who are having to pitch in and work overtime,
Yeah.
as well as our clerk's office, who is currently inundated with mail-in ballots and a special election
Right.
with the election. So just put your notice that we will be looking for more down the road.
Of course. So sooner rather, I'm more concerned with timely scheduling of the next meeting. So
Right.
when do you think, I want to make sure that we're, even if it's a meeting just
Oh,
called
yeah.
to do RFTs.
No, I don't think there will be anything that soon.
Okay.
I think they'll probably end up being later in the year.
Okay,
All
okay,
right.
good. Okay. That's it for reserve fund transfers. So we have 2 new hires, Treasurer Collector, Administrative Assistant, and Outreach Coordinator. So we just need to establish a starting step for each of those.
So both positions, we'll let Linda go first and then we'll let Darlene talk, but for the administrative assistant position, she was lucky. You want to go ahead?
Yes, we were lucky to get someone who has 7 years municipal experience, and she's actually works in the collector's office now, so she's bringing a lot to the table. She's done payroll, and we just like to kind of get her in it.
So we're actually poaching finally instead of being poached? Yeah?
Yes.
Yay, all right.
Yeah.
Where's she
Yeah.
coming from?
Fairhaven,
Okay.
yeah.
So what
So
are,
we're looking to see if we could start her at a step 2, grade 6.
what was the job?
It was
Previously?
posted for the step 1.
It was posted for 1.
Yeah.
What was the predecessor?
Oh, Kathy had been a step, I think she was a 3.
I forget when
But
she
she'd been,
Yeah,
She'd been-
she had been there for a few
tenured.
years.
She was
Yes,
tenured,
yeah, she'd been here.
Do you have a resume?
I do. Written all over, but I took that.
All right. See, I don't have,
Oh, John, do you want to start your meeting?
What's that?
Do you want to start your meeting? Because this is one of the things that you'll be asked to vote on.
Okay, should I start it
Yes,
with
so
this
do
meeting or
them simultaneously?
simultaneous?
Yeah.
I think so. You might as well.
Okay.
Sure, if that's in the purview. So I will call this meeting of the Board of Selectmen to order. Time is 6:12, being taped by Area 58. Meeting is live.
What's the, I don't have the wage grid handy, what's the
I do.
difference?
Yeah, I made copies for everyone.
Okay. Okay, here, I'm here with that.
See, it's,
Would you do lower that down?
The grade one isn't even on the grid.
No, it would be, she's a great, we have
Grade 6, step
Grade
1,
six,
right?
step
grade
one.
6.
Oh, grade six, step one, sorry,
Yeah.
sorry.
So what Linda is asking for
Yeah.
is step 2.
Okay.
So it's what, 83 cents?
80 cents.
83,
Yeah.
Oh, that's your resume.
So many people do wage compression and non-competitiveness. So there, I would ask for a motion to approve the hiring of treasurer, collector, administrative assistant at a step 2 rather than grade 1.
Grade 2. Grade 6,
Grade
step.
6.
I'm sorry, grade 6, step 2 rather than a grade 6, step 1. Can I get a motion?
So moved.
Second?
Second?
Okay, and a roll call vote. John?
Quick question, I didn't hear, what was the difference?
80 cents an hour.
Yeah, I'll be a yes.
Okay, Sharon?
Yeah.
Yes.
And myself is a yes. Motion carries.
John?
And I will make a motion and a second to okay the hiring of a treasurer, collector, administrative assistant at the grade 6, step 2 level, as opposed to the grade 6, step 1 level.
That's it.
Thank
All
you.
right. So,
Yes, you were
Yes.
perfect.
yeah, thank you for
Thank
sharing
you.
that.
Thank you.
So outreach coordinator.
So with the outreach coordinator's position, I actually made copies, but I just happened to notice that it did run off all of the pages for some. Yeah, it did actually, I look at that. That's position item.
Thank you.
So the outreach coordinator's position is a very it's a visible position in terms of the outreach, the advocacy, the application processes that we participate in, or actually we help other agencies out to bring them to the community, such as the SNAP applications and SHINE and fuel assistance and so on. So with the high needs situation, it's increased considerably. Also Mass Health. So we're doing a multiple things, and the coordinator's position is, it goes above and beyond what it has been in the past. So as a result, over the long term, we have a lot of people coming out and saying that they were in high need situations, that they need more assistance, that they hadn't received these types of services. For instance, like Mass Health, they may have not got right information or incorrect information because of the fact of the skill set at the time. So now what we're dealing with is an influx of the people that were never served well to the people that are in the community, and after COVID are having trouble making ends meet. So we have all these high needs situations that we're dealing with. And I've been trying to keep up with it. And as a director, I have managed to do so, but it's taking a lot from, grant writing and that type of thing, which I should be doing. With that in mind, so we did put the get several responses, 5, one of which was directly from high school, which is awesome. However, with no municipality background, no social service, background either, but a great candidate for other things probably. We did have 2 social workers that did apply, and that would be ideal, only because of the fact of the type of services that are needed right now in our community. And a lot of communities are going through the same thing. And across the board over the COAs, many COAs are hiring coordinators with a background as a licensed social worker, only because of the social servicing skill sets that are needed to diagnose or assess the situation and then get people to where they need to be. And you have to have that correct network, because if you don't, people are gonna fall through the cracks again. And that's not what we're out to do. We're a resource center. We're a resource center not just for seniors, for people with disabilities, for people that are living with a disability, and for caregivers as well. So we have a really diverse population that we're dealing with. And with that in mind, I have to have a strong core group. So to have a good, to have an outreach person or coordinator in place is going to help our agency. It's going to help our organization. So as we go, we're going to tap into other different things too, such as, the grant that's coming through for maybe possibly even, I don't know if we'll get it, to share a social worker in the community. That's kind of far-fetched, but, because everybody wants it. So, there's other ways that we can approach it. For now, we need to hire somebody that's going to be, spot on, and they can get right in. So we're looking at the wages, unfortunately, with a skilled person with a licensed social working background, they're looking between $25 to $30 an hour. Okay, in some cases they're getting 36, but they're willing to go to $25 to $30 an hour. Number one, because they're local, and number two, they're very familiar with a lot of the different agencies locally, so I think that, this particular individual that we did interview is a licensed social worker for about a year and a half, so he's willing to, take the $25. But
So,
we are at a
sorry,
higher-
I don't know what the ask is. So we have I agree, we need a licensed social worker.
Correct.
Right? It's currently a grade 6. I get that is completely inadequate. So do we have a candidate that you wish to make an offer to?
I would like that,
Okay.
yes. And that candidate, even the person that doesn't have the LSW, that person wants the same amount of money that this licensed social worker.
Yeah.
So I'd rather get the licensed social worker.
Sure.
So here's the deal. The deal is the $23, if I offered that person the 26, which is step 6, and then supplement it with a grant from the state. We get a formula grant every year. It's not going to go away. If it does, then we might as well close the shop. But every year the COA does get the formula grant, and we can supplement that.
What do you trade off if you use the formula grant here?
In terms of,
Like what would have to go, you get the formula grant every year, right?
correct.
So what would have to, would you have to give something up?
No, because the formula grant, and I brought the paperwork to show you, this is what we bring in, and 10,000, a little over 10,000 was going out to a nurse / outreach person anyway. That person is no longer doing outreach, so that's 8 hours per week. I'm not going to be paying out on, but we bring that amount in. I have other copies.
The 18,700, no, that's okay. So about 18,700 you get from that,
Correct.
you get from that every year.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, and that's to go to programs, but if you see the letter now, it's because of the Executive Office of Elder Affairs, their procurement fund has allowed us to, once the funds are in your account, they're yours to spend wherever and however you see fit.
Okay.
That's from the EOA.
But it sounds like you were using some of this money for outreach before, so
Correct.
that's a swap. So the job was already graded a grade 6, so question is whether we go, I presume it was grade 6, step 1 when it was posted, but we want to go grade 6, step 6.
I mean, if we did, we have the ability to supplement that with that grant from the Executive Office of Elder Affairs.
Okay.
So
So it would be a,
it would make up a difference of like.
so I just, sorry, I'm being tedious. I want to, so is it that it was posted as a grade 6, step 1 originally?
It was.
So that's what was authorized. Sandy?
So if it's a wage and personnel position, you can't really supplement and pay that person more money, even from a grant source. Because
what I was-
you've gone through wage and personnel, it's been classified. If she wants to pay the person more money, it needs to be reclassified, which may be something that would be beyond what we're doing now. If it goes up to a higher position,
The job would have to be reclassed.
Right,
Would it have to
it
go
has to be reclassified.
would it have to go to town meeting for that?
I believe it does.
Yes.
So that's the crisis we're in now. So, and the thing is, it's, I guess I don't understand if that, I was talking with one of our state representatives and they said that it does not, have that, it doesn't, the wage and personnel with the supplement of the grant isn't an issue. But I guess
If they
it
want
must
to
be.
work hours outside of that, I mean, the whole thing is, we've graded that position, the town has graded that position, said that position was grade 6. And now you're saying you're going to do that job, but now we're going to pay you extra. So what about the other grade 6 positions who don't have that
Oh,
right.
opportunity of
Okay,
grant?
so, all right, so let me try this. All right, so you had someone working 8 hours a week before doing outreach under the formula grant,
Correct,
right?
yes,
And that was an authorized position that you were funding through the formula grant.
correct. It
Right.
was, yeah.
So is there any prohibition on someone holding 2 jobs with the town?
If it's more than 40 hours a week, I think there is. Or they
No, it's
they
not
might be
40
able
hours
to,
a
but
week.
the
Oh, wait, oh,
original
sorry.
outreach is.
So the outreach is,
And that would be something that I'd have to look into. We have people who hold two jobs. The second, anything over 40 hours a week has to be paid at an overtime rate.
of course.
So, because it would be a non-exempt position, so.
Right.
I mean, I can talk to our Labor Council.
Well, I did talk to him earlier. He said that.
Who did you talk to? You talked to?
Attorney Nolan, or is it him? Oh, he's HR, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Attorney Nolan was the other.
Wait, Attorney Nolan.
Yeah, no, you had mentioned you wanted to talk to the attorney, so.
Yeah. I don't at this time see the way that we can do it. I mean, and I suggested to you just earlier this evening, if we brought them in at a grade 6 and they were willing to start with us at a grade 6 and tell them that we are going to try to bring it to town meeting to increase the job, the whole job description. And that would be a possibility. But I don't see how we can do it that way. Attorney Dolan. That's why I was getting confused.
That's what I thought.
Yeah,
Yeah, we're stuck.
But,
Yeah.
that's what I see.
We're stuck.
well,
No, we're totally supportive. We're stuck. So,
I mean, and not just, I know, I get it.
because I actually think it's not an issue of reclassing the job and moving it up a grade. The entire salary structure is getting wiped out by inflation,
Right.
right? So we've got to move the whole structure up if we're going to get anywhere. And what did we do? 1% at the last town meeting?
Last year, yeah.
It's just laughable.
Actually, for the last 2 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We don't have an option. Other than a great recruiting job, perhaps. If we can go 23, 26, which we'd have to vote on, right? Because we go to so we take it to 23, 26. If the other members approve, we'd move it from a step 1 to a step 6 on the strength of being on LICSW. And then the question is whether they'd be willing to come for that, knowing that we then have to take it to town meeting to try and get the job reclassed.
I could present it to them. But even, you know, like I said, the person that isn't the LSW, they were wanting more of the same class.
Yeah.
So this person was willing, because only because of the fact the person was local too, which is good. So. Cross gonna go that way, I guess, initially.
Any ideas?
No, not really.
Yeah.
I mean, in talking to council too, I did find out that selectmen can help hire above step. I guess we have Article 4, Section 35-16C, but I don't know if that's relevant to this situation here.
Why wouldn't it be?
Because if we're not changing the description of what we're doing, you know what I'm saying?
Right, yeah.
If it's the same job and we're just changing steps but not changing responsibility,
Right.
I don't know if that hampers what I'm allowed to do. But,
Right.
I mean,
Under that section, are you allowed to override or?
I'm not sure.
Okay.
I'm not. But let me see what I can find.
And the only other option is that we've got to downgrade the job. Probably not to the high school kid, right? That was the only option there is, I get that you need a licensed social worker.
But do we indeed, does everyone have a licensed social worker?
Majority of the COAs do have a person that is a licensed social worker on staff, the outreach coordinator. If not, then, you know, they're going that direction, or we're trying to write this grant that the Mass Council of Aging actually is proposing, but it's only minimal. I know that it's a shared thing and would be in a pod. Being like it would be Plimpton in another town, but would only be shared 2 hours a week or whatever. And the likelihood, potentially, could we get it? We don't know. It's like a, you know, and it's a necessary situation. We do have a growing community that has, you know, I capture a lot of different things out there that come through the door with regard to things that they could have had and they missed out on the last 4 to 5 years, and now we're trying to play catch up with those issues. And
Because
now-
sorry, I have to ask the question, because our prior outreach coordinator was somehow inadequate? I mean, I'm hearing
Or
that
didn't have
we
the
didn't do
time,
I'm hearing that we didn't do the job.
Well, whatever the case might have been, it was that, I won't go there, but whatever.
That's wage
the
of
case-
personnel, we kind of got to go there.
Yeah, so, you know, it wasn't the satisfaction of referring people to the proper thing. For instance, a person comes in, they're eligible for a higher level mass health, they were missed out on. A person with a disability. The only way I was able to pick it up is I listened to the person's story. I can't afford my electric bill, I can't afford my gas, I can't afford certain things. I listened to the person. Now, why didn't prior people listen to that? They could have picked up on that. This person had a disability.
And we
And it was documented,
Were they talking to someone in COA?
correct. And it was times a lot. And I see this every day, and I hear it every day, and it's unacceptable. So that's why I'm trying to pick up the pieces and trying to fix the things that happened. And now going forward, okay, now as we have a situation, a lot of people are getting hit with the economic situation, and they can't afford their heating bills. So now we picked up that, you know, and then a lot of the agencies today are so overwhelmed with, you know, the calls that's calling in, you know, EBT cards to even apply. I was booted
Yeah.
out twice after putting, you know, Google information in for this individual. Now I'm doing this after 5 o'clock every night. So to see if I can do it online, and it's quiet for me to do it. So, and I got booted out of the system. So they never got to go, you know,
Yeah.
they never got their EBT card, so I have to start all over again. So,
But it sounds like I think we're in a position where we can't approve what you need to hire an LICSW. We're just not there. But what I'm still hearing is you have a profound need, and a lot of the need that I'm hearing, just check me on this, is not therapeutic. It's economic. It's somebody who understands how to work the system and somebody who understands, and it sounds like somebody who's got some passion for making sure that these folks get what they're entitled to under the programs.
Right, so, and I can do that for everyone, but that's as long as I stay for 12 hours a day.
No, I mean, I think we're not objecting to hiring a person for this
Yeah.
role, right?
It's just
It's just we're stuck, we can't get you to 25 to be able to hire an LICSW, but it's clear you need somebody you can't do this yourself, so.
Right, so even if you did bring in someone else as an outreach coordinator from somewhere else that didn't have the licensure,
Yeah,
they want the same amount of money. So why would I?
well, this candidate
Yeah.
wants the same amount of money.
Well, majority of them come from other towns and they're getting it in their unions, their union positions.
Yeah. Well, we can't approve, I mean, we can't help on this one. I mean, we can't, I would love to take this vote, but there's no vote to
there's
take.
not.
There's no vote to take here.
Unfortunately, yeah.
I think we have to table it. I don't know where else to go with
So table it as not bringing anyone in?
it. No. I mean, you have a pay constraint. So we have to find a young, passionate, non-MSW person who's committed to this work, who's willing to do it for less than 23, 26 an hour. And I think that's the only thing that, our hands are tied, right?
No.
With the promise that we can try to bring it up,
Right.
agreed.
I do think that a great recruiting effort, I mean, I'll help, I'll talk to them, I'm a recruiter by trade, so I mean, I'll talk to them and see if we can get them to understand the piece that we're saying, that we can bring them in at 23, 26, and we could take that vote tonight, and then understand that we've got to get the job graded, and that won't happen until the next town meeting in June.
I mean, I don't want to bring in another person that doesn't have the exposure of a lot of those programs that are available out there. So that we're back to the same way that we've always been, and I just didn't want to go backwards. We got to go forward, to clean up and also to make a strong foundation going forward.
I agree, and part of that is leadership and management. If you bring up somebody in younger, they're going to have to be trained. It's, to me, that you have to work 12 hours now, and that we had someone apparently in the role who was missing, where there were gaps. That's the kind of performance that we don't want in the town, and we need to figure out how to fix it, but we're constrained by this wage structure.
Well, the only thing is to see if this person that is could fit the position, would take that, and then with the thought of reclassifying, we'll see what
Yeah.
happens with that.
Look, how much did we just vote at the last town meeting to set aside for new COA facility? 1.6?
1.6 million.
Okay. So in that facility, we're going to have if we don't do this, if we build that facility, we're going to have someone who, for basically $6 an hour, we don't get somebody who can actually do that job. So, I mean, my proposal is that we, and I'll hear from you guys, because this is a big leap, right? This is a $4 leap, right? So it's $19.21 an hour as posted. It's $23.26 an hour if we take it to the top of the range.
And my question is, what about the other step 6? You got grade 6, step 6. What do you
mean?
A grade 6, step 5 that are
Yeah.
wondering why.
If they have a MSW and they can command that in the marketplace, then go
I know,
for it.
but that's not going to work, though, I don't think.
Why not?
Because it's not with things.
Why
that
not? I've got an MSW student working for me that makes twice what this person's going to make, and she's doing social work.
Yeah, you're going to have a lot of complainers.
I get that. I mean, I think we've got to start somewhere. We've had that sort of over and over and over again, and I know we do need a structural. I shouldn't be advocating here, though. I should be listening. So I hear you, right?
I'm just saying that you're going to have a lot of unhappy employees if that happens.
do you think?
Yeah, yep.
So we have a number of grade 6 positions that, a couple of them at least, have been trying to be regraded for the last 3 years.
And yeah.
So if we are doing this, we should make the effort to look at all of them. And the
Then-
grade 6 and grade 7 have been on the agenda for quite a number of years.
So they have the same educational background.
For their position.
For their, yeah, for their roles, I mean, I take it, right, they're pros at what they do as well.
So they may have different working conditions, they may have other things that they believe should increase their grades. So,
In the more holistic wage and personnel review, that's all been halted at the moment due to the turnover and everything. Yeah.
Okay, then we're stuck. There's no vote to take tonight, and we can't, I'm sorry, but we just can't move it forward. There's no option here then.
Yeah.
And I get it. I get the pay equity issue,
Yeah,
right?
just-
I mean, it's there. I just am frustrated by how many of these come to us, and then we lose somebody who we thought was really good. You know.
True.
So yeah. So that's the hole we continue to dig ourselves as a town. Okay. Well, we table it then. All right. Any other comments on this one? Okay.
Sorry. I'm gonna make a motion to continue the selectmen meeting for Monday, September 26th at 6:39 PM. Second. All those in favor? Aye.
Motion carries.
Selectmen meeting.
Yeah.
Okay, next on the agenda is John Bruno. Just come say hello and let us know. I mean, I'm hearing great things about you.
Yeah, I have too.
And really,
So I
We're very
thank
pleased to meet you.
thank you, Sandy, for letting me get on the agenda. I appreciate that. So I'm running for that open seat. I don't know if anybody else is running for it, but it really doesn't matter to me because I have the intention to win it, so that's what I want to do. I really can tell you, I made a tour around town. I talked to everybody. I think he's got things that would be helpful for me to know about and get involved with again. And the Finance Committee was always on the top of my agenda anyway. I'm very partial to it. That's where I started a long time ago.
I heard, yeah.
Yeah, I
And
heard
I
that too.
think it is a critical part of the operation, particularly on the town meeting, selectmen, that kind of side of things. You know, not everybody has their important roles, but I think the Finance Committee really does. And another thing about it is, I guess what I just heard, I forgot that the Wage and Personnel Division is gone, and you folks now do that also. So when I was thinking about tonight, what I just suggested to say to you folks was that the second most thankless job in the town, I think, is the Finance Committee. I really do, because I think you guys do a lot of work that doesn't get anywhere near the appreciation it should. The first one is the Wage and Personnel. I mean, that's even
Right.
worse.
Right.
Frankly,
It's a rock and a hard
nobody
place.
likes to be on that commission.
No.
Because it's hard work and it's really very, there's no glory in any of this. So I appreciate the work that you folks do. And I'm here just to say hello, introduce myself if we haven't met before. We did meet at town meeting very briefly that one night. You know, just to, if there were any things that you wanted to know my thoughts about or anything along those lines. But I do think like I said, I think Brian's committee and the selectmen have to work together. I always have thought that, and I think that still,
Yeah.
I think it's critical. Not that
No,
we
I
agree.
agree. It's essential,
No,
right? But I think it's true. It's essential.
So I appreciate you just letting me come in and say hello. That's very important to me, and you know,
Thank you.
trying to get a good feel for what's going on in town, so that assuming things work out the way I want them to in November, that I can get right going. I think it's a good opportunity for me personally, only in the sense that I wasn't looking for a job, but when I saw the circumstances, I think I have something to offer in
Yeah.
terms of you haven't sat here, sat there, I've been in all that once already,
Yeah.
so I kind of don't think it will take me long to get up to speed on, there's a lot of detailed stuff like what you're talking about here that I don't really have a good grasp on yet, but that won't take me long to do that, so. Looking for your support, if you'll give it to me, that would be great, if not, tell me, we go to hell, I don't care.
No, I was actually counting on you to bring some civility back to the town meeting, so telling you to go to hell is not too much go to hell to happen at that meeting, so I don't want to do that.
Well, they shouldn't talk like that.
No, I know it's being recorded.
Apologize to everybody else.
There are millions of viewers, sorry.
Yeah.
All right.
But anyway, that's the whole reason I came. I
Great.
appreciate it again. Thank you for taking a few
Thank
minutes
you,
just to let me come in this
Yeah, it's great to meet you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot. All right, any correspondence? Just what you handed me,
The
right?
email from the school,
Right, we don't need to take, this is just for information though, right?
well, they're looking for 12 people from elected boards, elected or appointed boards, or employees who will sit in on the negotiations. I believe it says in there that we get to listen during the executive sessions and comment in the, and when it's just the school committee negotiate, part. I've already said that I would do it as acting town administrator. Jonathan is the liaison to the schools, so he has said that he would put his name in the hat. I didn't know if anyone on the finance committee wanted to be part of that.
Can we be? I'm under the impression that we can only, that finance committee members can't serve on any other thing. That was the old,
That's true,
Yeah.
yeah.
so are we
So
allowed?
probably, you're probably right, you're probably
All
not.
right.
Yeah, it would not be a voting
Bummer.
member anyways.
Yeah, it's just an
It's just,
observer.
yeah, I could double check.
Can we check? Because it might
Yeah, I'll
might be
check.
interesting. So, maybe just to summarize, since I have this in front of me,
Yeah.
but SLEA Teachers Union has requested that we begin negotiating their next contract with them. We've joined, the town, and this is from John, that we've agreed to the ground rules. 12 union members and 12 elected or appointed officials from the 3 towns. 12 in aggregate, so we get,
Total.
or we get 4.
12 total, I believe.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
so
Okay, so we
4
get
from our town. So we're looking for 4 people who would sit in on the negotiations. The 2 scheduled meetings are October 4th and November 15th from 6 to 8 in the high school library. So if any of you guys are interested, we have to find out if it's possible or not. And I already know I have to be out of town on the 4th, 'cause I
Yeah.
love this stuff, so I wish I could have done that one. But, yeah, on the 4th or the 15th. Can you just forward this to the committee, just so they have the
Absolutely.
details of what I just
It's the
read through?
15th, the Saturday.
I don't know, because John's on my phone, and I'm afraid I'll hang
So
up.
Oh, it's the
15th November.
4th of October,
the
15th of November, and I
Yeah.
don't think that they would meet on a
They
Saturday.
would-
Okay. Oh,
Yeah.
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 I think it's usually.
So we'll get this circulated, because it's really interesting to
I'll forward
watch
the
these.
email to everyone.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
sent it earlier, I think,
Sent
didn't
it, so,
you?
yeah.
You should have it in your email box.
I don't, it wasn't open.
It would
Open.
open.
Yeah, not on
Try
my
again.
phone. I didn't have it on my phone, and I can't get in on my laptop for whatever
Ah.
reason, not
All
sure.
right, we'll try to find out one.
Any other correspondence? Sandy?
Just the MMA.
Just this from MMA, which I will read and raise at the next meeting.
Yeah.
So we'll
I'd like to
just-
sign up for the mass.
Let's see, we just got them in. So no, this is about, which I think we should do, it's an invoice for our dues, which we need to, I'll give right back to you.
Yeah,
and
I'll
then-
have it prepared for you
Okay.
guys to sign this.
And then there is available for digital download, on a new W9, there is available for digital download, the new Finance Committee handbook. So I'll get the link.
Right, plus they have a meeting coming up too.
And yeah, it's not mentioned here, but there's.
I keep getting something on my email,
Yeah.
but I'd like to sign up for it.
Spring conference in April. There's nothing here, but we'll find out for when the next meeting is.
Yeah,
so you
have
can
it
sign
in
up.
my email, they
How
keep
much are the
sending it to
annual
me.
dues?
$184.
And you guys have it in your budget?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do we have to make a motion?
Do we have to vote it?
I
Or?
don't think so, no.
No, because it's in the budget and it was, we paid it last year and
Okay.
paid every year. Okay, I'll give this back to you. Any public participation? Any other things we should discuss this evening? Okay.
Oh, liaisons, we can talk about that tonight, or gonna wait till the next meeting for our
Liaison.
budgets.
Oh, next meeting. Then,
Want
by
to
next
do it next
meeting, we
meeting?
should have quorum,
Okay.
full quorum. We'll have Michael,
Okay.
Michael should be back.
Okay.
John, hopefully we'll make sure John gets the right instructions this time, not the wrong. So we can do that next time,
And-
so liaisons next
I
time.
have one other question.
Yes.
Are we not allowed to do Zoom meetings anymore?
No, the state has extended it till April, so you can still do Zoom meetings. You just
Yeah.
have to work out how to set it up.
Yeah, I tried, so let's
Okay.
leave it at that, and we'll try and do
Okay.
a Zoom meeting
Okay.
next, because I'd very much like Michael to join no matter
Right.
what, and,
Yeah.
Right.
so try and set that for next meeting. Do we wanna, yeah, John?
Tom, sorry if I missed anything. Did we mention anything about the talent bank forms, or is that still open-ended?
We had only one, and he had checked off a variety of things that he was interested in, and he wanted to be on more than one, the last I'd heard.
I don't remember that.
So-
Do you remember who it was?
Yeah, was it Mr. Walters?
Yeah.
I thought I saw maybe 3 of them since maybe July that came in. Just in my email, I was just thumbing through it today.
John, if you don't
Wow.
mind, would you send me those emails?
Yeah, I'll forward them
Because you
now.
guys do have 2 open positions.
Yeah,
Right.
So forward those emails to me, and I'll take a look at them.
Sure. I'll do that now.
Thank you.
yeah, and that, yes, we should maybe,
And I'll set up appointments for you.
yeah, in advance of the next meeting, if we
Yeah.
could, maybe we do.
So you
phone.
need to set your next meeting. Your
Yeah.
usual meetings are the first and third Monday of each month. That means it would be like next week.
Yeah, so why don't we go for the third Monday, since we just had this one, we'll go for third Monday, and then we'll get back on that cadence.
first and third.
On the first and third Mondays.
Okay.
Does that work?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
So third Monday. John, if I drop you, my apologies, I'm just looking at the calendar real quick here. So the third Monday in October would be the 17th. That work for everybody?
17.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And then we'll go to that cadence of first and third, so it'll be the 17th, and then the 7th, and the 21st.
Okay.
We'll be back on a more predictable schedule, and we can get these positions. And yes, as Sandy said, anybody knows anybody that wants a 5-hour-a-week or so job, they have to live in the town, right?
No, they
No?
don't. No.
No? Good,
And
okay.
it's not 5 hours every week. It's less work during the fall, more
More
work
work.
during the spring.
Yeah,
Hardly any work during the summer.
yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds great.
Yeah. Okay, any other business? Motion to adjourn,
So moved.
second?
Second.
Okay, roll call vote. Cheryl?
Yes.
Todd?
Yes.
John?
Yes.
And myself is a yes. So Finance Committee is adjourning at 6:50 on September 26th. Thank you all.
Thank you.